So we had great competition this week in practice. I thought the guys worked hard. They did a nice job keeping each other accountable. When you make mistakes, it's easier to correct after you win than lose to some degree. So we were able to push them pretty hard.
USC's run game has really shored up, especially in October. Ronald Jones had, I think, a season high in the first quarter against Arizona last week. What have you seen out of their run game?
Well, they number one starts up front. They got a good group of offensive linemen who do a nice job. The other part of it is quarterbacks played well. He can make play action throws for you on first down that really keep you off balance a little bit, and then they got talented guys at a lot of multiple positions, and Jones is one of those guys who's emerged for him a little bit. They've had a couple injuries, but he's done a nice job.
Might be a silly question, but Mark said on Sunday that there was more collisions in the game against ASU, and obviously football is a contact sport, but what are you seeing or wanting to get those more collisions? Like, what did you guys do more this time?
I just think the kids really have taken it upon themselves. Guys like Mondu and Robinson and Jimmy Swain, those guys have taken it over a little bit, and that's a good thing when they take over practice and the physicalness that we practice with.
TJ Daniel, guy that you see he got in there, made a few plays. What have you kind of seen from him, kind of his development through this year and his last year?
Well, I'd love to have him a couple more years, number one, because I think he's playing better and better each week. Mm-hmm. He's a guy who's an intelligent football player in a lot of ways, and so he can play multiple spots for you. I think, he knows it's getting close to the end, and sometimes those guys play even better than they did.
Eddie heard the news came out about his suspension. What can you say about that?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nope. Good question, though. Thank you.
How did you find out about it?
Because it does look like...
Don't worry about it, guys. I'm not going to answer the question. We have a head football coach who does those things.
Because it does look like you guys might be a little thinner at linebacker. Who do you expect to step up this weekend?
A bunch of guys, a bunch of guys. And, Jelks being healthy helps. Bryson Young helps. We play a lot of multiple positions with guys. Jonah Moy helps.
What can you say about Sam Darnold and the spark he's been able to give this offense?
He's got a really good arm. I think he sees the field well. And he's got good guys he's throwing the ball to.
Seems like the defense gained confidence after the ASU game. Has that carried over to practice this week?
The only thing I can tell you, they've practiced hard every week we've come out, win or lose, giving up 70 or not. And that's the one thing and that's a testament to Mark and what he's done, and to some of the guys who are emerging leaders on this football team.
It seems like the defense has taken a step forward since the second half of Cal. How do you grade progress from your defense? What do you see as progress that maybe the average fan doesn't pick up on?
Yeah, I think I'm kind of like the average fan in some ways. Points allowed. If you score more than they do, you win.
Sure.
And that's the whole deal, is winning as a team.
Jonah Moy officially listed as DN on the depth chart this week. He's been playing down there on third down. What do you like about him on third down and when he gets his hand on the dirt there?
Whether he's got his hand on the ground or standing up, because we want him to do what he feels best at as far as getting off the ball. And I think that's part of it, his takeoff, his ability to turn the corner. And he's only 235, I think, 240 at the most. But he's got a knack for finding a way to the football that you like.